Hey guys, it's Vidhan. Today we're going to be making stripped samosas. These samosas are not like the usual ones. In this, we're going to be making the dough on our own. Then we're going to be cutting it to strips and then we're going to be folding it. I'll be showing you how to make the dough, the filling, and then in the end we're going to be folding it. It's not that hard to make, but the folding is going to be a little hard. Once you get a knack of it, it's going to be much easier. Without any further ado, let's get on to making it. First, here I've taken 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Into it, add in half a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of ghee. Instead of ghee, you can also use butter, but ghee is more tastier. Now you need to mix the ghee together with the flour and then bring it to a crumbly consistency. Like this. It should be crumbly. Now into it we're going to be pouring in water as required. I'm taking 2 cups of flour and I'm just going to pour in enough water to mix it all together and bring it to a nice and soft dough. Once you've poured in all the water, knead the dough really well for around 5 minutes and bring it to a really soft and nice dough. So here I've kneaded it for a long time now and you can see that my dough is soft but is not too sticky. If your dough is too sticky, then you won't be able to make the shape really well. Make sure the dough isn't sticky at all. Now rub it with some oil and keep it onto a bowl, cover it and rest for around half an hour. Meanwhile, let's make the chicken filling. For that, here I've taken a pan. Into it, pour in some oil. Add in the ginger and garlic, along with the onions and the chili. Now toss it around and saute it really well until it's nice and soft. You don't want it to come golden brown, just soft and cooked. Once that's cooked, into it let's add in the chicken. This is chicken breast which I've minced. Now just break that up and let it come to a white color like this. The sides and around should come to a white color, this way. Now into it let's add in the spices. I've taken garam masala, chili powder, turmeric powder and black pepper powder. Let's add all of that in, mix it together. Then into it I'm going to add in half a tablespoon of tomato paste. Add that in again, mix it all together with the chicken. Now close the lid and cook it for around 5 minutes in medium flame. Since it's chicken breast, it doesn't need much cook time. And in the end, let's finish it off with some coriander leaves, maybe around a handful. Mix that up together and the chicken filling is ready. Let's set that aside for cooling. And now let's start working on folding the dough. Here I've taken the dough after half an hour and it's rested really well. Keep that onto your work table and cut it into 12 small pieces. So all you have to do is divide that into 12 equal pieces. So if you take 2 cups of flour, it will go for around 12 servings. If you want more, go ahead and double the recipe. Once you've cut it, we're going to set it aside one by one. And also always make sure that you cover it with a damp towel because the dough will dry out and you don't want that. So while we're working on one piece of dough, keep the other ones covered. Now lightly dust your tabletop with some flour. Keep your first piece of dough and roll it out. When you're rolling it out, it shouldn't be too thin. It should have a little bit of thickness in it, but not too thick. Also, it should be broad. And you have to roll it to an oval shape like this. Dust your table with more flour, that way it's easier to work with. And now you have to trim off the sides a little bit, like that, just a little bit, and bring it to a rectangular shape. Next, take your pizza cutter or a knife and just start cutting strips like this. Maybe on around 1/3 of the place, cut strips. You need 10 strips, that's going to be 9 cuts. Now you have to pick up each strip and start doing the pattern. The pattern is kind of hard to explain, but when you look at it, you'll understand. You have to overlap the second one over the first one. And then keep the second one again on top of the first one. Just like that, keep doing the overlapping. You'll understand it when you look at it and continue doing it and practicing it, so it's going to be much easier. And then you have to pinch the 2 in between strips. And there you have it. Now, in the middle, keep your filling. Then keep the other end on top of it. Just like that. Then stick it together with the bottom dough and the sides. Brush it with some flour mixture. This is just flour and water for sticking the dough. So brush it with some flour mixture and then you can overlap the design on top of it. So you're gonna have to gently flip it with a knife or something to not ruin the design. So use a knife and flip it over like that. Then pick it up and stick the ends to the bottom. Again, use the flour glue and just stick it like that. And there you have the strip samosas folded. Now all you have to do is fry it. So continue doing the same thing with the rest of it and then we can fry it. Also make sure to keep the folded samosas on top of a dusted plate for the dough not to stick. Continue doing the same thing with the rest of it. Also, you can try and make things a little more fancy by just using a fork and making designs. Or you can also even flip it over like this, other than using the knife and flipping the other thing on top. Now stick the bottom ends to the back. And there, now I've folded all of the samosas and it's ready for frying. Here in a pan, I've heated up some oil, put it in medium flame and fry the samosas until the dough is golden brown. The dough becomes really crispy and it's super delicious. So just be patient and fry it in medium flame. Don't let the dough burn. Just let it cook until it's nice and crispy. Keep flipping it over and bring it to a golden brown color. And now it's done. Here I've fried the samosas. Serve it hot so that it's much more crispier. And you can see how crispy these samosas are. Also the strips make it look much more better. So that's it for this video. I hope everybody tries this recipe out. If you liked it, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also ring that notification bell so that you get notifications every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. Love cooking. Bye bye.